Hello again, everybody. It's Plowboy's Ghost. Thought I'd come up with another controversial topic and a way to attack things that people hold as sacred cows. See what kind of BS I can stir up. Not really my point or my plan, but it seems to happen a lot. Today it's going to be weight distribution, balance on heavier kick and single action revolvers. And the smallest thing I'm going to discuss is 41 Magnum. And for those of you who think that 41 Magnum is truly between 357 Magnum and 44 Magnum, you might not understand that a 41 Magnum can, when loaded with a heavy bullet and a stout load, can kick you just dang near like a 44 Magnum. Remember, 41 Magnum is a .410, a 410 thousandths of an inch bullet. And 44 Magnum is only what comes out the bore, roughly about a 429, so you're looking at 19 thousandths between them. There's a lot more distance between 41 Magnum and 357 Magnum than there is between 41 Magnum and 44 Magnum. So this can apply to the 41 Magnum, but primarily I'm going to look at the Black Hawk and 45 Colt today. And all of these are unloaded, and I'm not going to prove it to you because I know what I'm doing, and if you don't, that's your problem. So what I'm just talking about today is, I've touched on this before, and there was a little bit of a discussion on Facebook group about it. No argument or anything, but somebody asked, what do you prefer for grip frames? Brass, steel, stainless steel, or aluminum? And I'm in the tiny minority who said aluminum. And the reason is I've had it several different ways. I've had stainless steel, I've had blued carbon steel, and I've had now, quite a few aluminum grip frames. And it seems to be a universally accepted idea that the added weight of the steel or the brass, which is quite heavy too, grip frame somehow reduces recoil. Now, my contention is, and this is probably, if you can measure this, it's probably not going to be a very big difference. And that's why I think that it's not really worth arguing about. But I'm just giving my take on it. It shouldn't be really that controversial or, shit stirring or whatever. But the idea that adding weight reduces felt recoil or reduces recoil, I would agree on a lot of things in a lot of cases, as long as the weight is on the front half of the balance of the gun. Now, tell me, and you're talking to someone who's had quite a few steel grip frame Ruger Vaqueros, full-size frame Vaqueros, and shot the Ruger Only Plus P heavy loads out of those too. And I don't believe those have less felt recoil. As a matter of fact, I believe the ones with a steel, the heavier grip frame, actually have a little bit more muzzle flip, a little more muzzle rise to them. And if you'll think about that for just a second, and this is my contention in my opinion. You may have a different one. We can discuss it. This ain't science to me. It's just my interpretation of what I've seen and what I believe to be true. It seems to me that as long as the muzzle doesn't come past a point, which don't have many guns that do that under recoil. I don't anyway, not many. But it seems to me that as long as the muzzle doesn't come up that high, then adding weight to the front of it does reduce muzzle flip. Stands to reason. I mean, if it's more like Jeff Quinn said, like handling a pig on a shovel, you're not going to throw that up as easy or as high as, quickly and easily as you will if it's light. Well, now the reason I said as long as we don't get to this point is because now that once you get up here toward the tipping point or the balance point, when it's vertical, then that's going to work against you. It would tend to come on back after you get it up to a certain point. Once again, just my interpretation and opinion. But the heavier grip frame in that case would be going down, and the heavier grip frame would make it easier for the muzzle to come up. So how is the heavier grip frame reducing recoil? Now, overall, as the gun moves as a unit, I can see where even a little bit more weight back here might give the impression that it's reducing recoil, but I think you're trading it off for muzzle flip on a shorter barrel gun. And that's why, even if I had ordered a Ronnie Wills grip frame, and I thought about that long and hard, and I still may do that one day, I can't bring myself, even though I think that brass is beautiful, I can't bring myself to add weight to this gun. Or the 41 Magnum. And y'all, I tote, and that's just, I think this is where the difference is. I may be trading off just a slight amount of making it easier to carry, more comfortable to carry, as long as I carry a Blackhawk on almost an everyday basis. Almost every day. It's always in a thumb brake, cross draw, triple K 440 Lightning holster. I think that what I'm giving up in felt recoil reduction, I'm gaining in ease of carrying, in a little bit lighter weight. And I don't believe I'm getting any more muzzle flip, muzzle rise, by having the lighter grip frame. As a matter of fact, it might actually be helping. This is not, like I said, I'm not presenting something to you as absolute fact or absolute science. Once again, it's just my opinion and interpretation, and it's open for discussion. You may show me where I'm wrong. You may win me over, and you may not either. Some have tried, many have failed on other subjects. But that's what I'm thinking. I actually like the lighter weight of the aluminum grip frame. Now, I know that in the newer models that Ruger, both of these guns have steel ejector rod housings. And I wouldn't trade that. I wouldn't change that. I'd leave that like that. I don't care if it is, some of a fraction of an ounce, difference in more in weight or whatever. But I'm going to take the lighter weight gun. And I think that anyone, fingers in the trigger, it's unloaded, it's not cocked. Not pointed at anybody or at myself, so don't worry about a thing. It'll all be all right. But I think that if people move beyond these as range toys, or getting them out and looking at them, maybe taking a few pictures or doing a video with them, and they start carrying them every daggum day, start carrying them a lot, sitting down with them in a restaurant, riding with them in a truck, getting out, walking around the grocery store, around Walmart, whatever. If you toting these guns, then that weight starts making a difference. I've let go of good guns that I didn't care for as much because I carried them a lot, and I found issues. I hold back to my 41 Magnum. Y'all, I ain't never going to get rid of that 45 Colt Blackhawk. But this one right here, this may be the last handgun I'd ever let go of. Yeah, I love 41 Magnum that much. And that right there is just perfect. Ain't nothing against my 4-inch Model 57 Smith & Wesson in there, that no dash, I like carrying that too every now and then. But when I'm toting that, I'm missing this. Funny like that. That's my thinking, my take on it. What y'all think about, in relation to the carry aspect, and the comfort and the weight, and in the recoil? It's my contention that adding weight to the rear of the gun, around the grip frame and trigger guard, might exacerbate muzzle rise and therefore some aspects of felt recoil. What do y'all think? Talk to you later.